Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and today we've got some very big news. Like, this is huge. I haven't been this bullish about OMI in quite a while now. I mean, it's partly because I kind of already established and made myself have realistic expectations with what we'd already known, but we had some pretty big news, some news that I didn't expect. I went to go through with you guys and kind of like revise what my predictions are going to be for Ecomi moving forward. We also had some pretty good mentions, and I also wanted to touch on the price of OMI for today as well. So first off, if you guys haven't seen, check out altcoin daily. He did a review of his top 5 low cap altcoins, and he put Ecomi, the OMI token, as number 1. And what's interesting is the stuff that he kind of used to justify his ranking of Ecomi is all of the really basic stuff that we already knew, like that we've known for ages. And the fact that he's using, the very kind of baseline stuff to justify, Ecomi as the number 1 altcoin just goes to show that, this information that's been around for months and months, people are only just starting to pick up on it. So, even after crypto crowd, because people say that most of the people on Ecomi right now are crypto users, as opposed to the kind of normal people coming in from the mass adoption phase. Even after crypto users, there aren't that many that actually know about Ecomi. I mean, I spoke to a lot of people into crypto. Many of them have heard of Ecomi, they've just never actually looked at the VeVe platform or like what the project's really doing. They're just kind of like known of the name. So yeah, I think from now we're going to start to see more users slowly come on board. But specifically, I think these are going to be the kind of crypto users, just because a lot more crypto people are starting to find about it. And typically crypto people find out, about this kind of thing earlier than the mainstream audience anyway. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Now, regards to the big news. So, this article was shared quite recently by Bloomberg. So Bloomberg, pretty much everyone in the financial world has a Bloomberg terminal, so they probably all saw this news. So Marvel DC told artists not to sell the NFTs of their characters. And basically, for those who haven't read this, what's happening is there was always this kind of conversation around the fact that, artists that work for DC, for Marvel, if they create artwork on a character, it's their work technically. What's stopping them from minting their own work as an NFT? And that's obviously gonna hinder the sales of the IP from DC, Marvel, whichever company is that owns the IP. Now, a couple of things that were confirmed for me from this. So Marvel, for example, they clearly care about their product and maximizing profit from their product. So they're willing to kind of, ensure that their IP isn't kind of like diluted, that they have exclusive rights to minting of these NFTs. And because they're using VeVe as the platform to mint their NFTs, Marvel all of a sudden has gone from someone that is essentially just saying, pay us some money, you can use our characters, to, we want to make sure our NFTs are valuable. So because you're the platform that's releasing these NFTs for us, we're going to make sure that you guys are successful. And Marvel all of a sudden goes from just being, a client to being a proper partner. So if they have Marvel ensuring their success, then, I mean, VeVe, we already know it's going to be successful, but yeah, this is going to be super successful. And, Marvel's a pretty big heavyweight in this area. Now, what's interesting is this also lines up very nicely with what VeVe's trying to do in terms of the artist alley. So a lot of these artists, they do want to continue to connect with their own fandoms. Particularly the fans are the ones who like the IP that they work with. So VeVe will continue to work these IPs, but by opening up the artist alley, which is supposed to be for premium artists, a lot of these artists that worked on, the NFTs, for example, the artwork that underlines the NFTs, I'm pretty sure they're going to get invited onto the artist alley so they can continue to use, have some kind of interaction on VeVe in some form. So all of that stuff together is definitely going to help OMI, because, the fact that these NFTs are going to become more and more scarce, especially once we go to OpenSea. VeVe's NFTs are the only ones on OpenSea that are going to have, Marvel affiliations or DC affiliations. because you know these big licensors, they're gonna be pretty much going exclusively with VeVe. As they stated in this article, they're not gonna allow their artists to mint their own NFTs of the IP. So, you know, pretty good stuff, pretty great stuff to look forward to. Now, I would advise, just do kind of take this with a pinch of salt, but you know, it's nice that they also mentioned VeVe Official in the article. So again, that's going to help quite a bit with our brand awareness. And yeah, NFTs are definitely here to stay from what I can see. Now, what's interesting is we haven't actually hit that stage of institutional adoption of NFTs yet, but you know, if those who are in the talk with Robbie from Mutable X, you know, he's kind of sees this future where financial institutions, they'll be able to buy indexes made of NFTs, you know, a basket of a specific NFT, and I think that future is closer than what we think. Bitcoin adoption has gone up massively in the past 5 years, and I think NFT adoption with institutions will be coming next. Now, lastly, what I wanted to touch on is the price of OMI for today. So, interesting moves. We were on this support, and this is a very strong support, but we just completely broke down. And we are coming back to this trend line. Now, if we zoom out a bit, it's okay because you guys can see we were following this trend. And if we touch here, I believe that will be good for us to push back up, probably test this region of support again. Now, again, if we get the Immutable X, the MTO news, then yeah, we'll definitely go back straight up and surpass this level here. If there's a delay, then I believe we'll come back and we'll just sit on this trend line. If potentially we'll break down and even come back down to these levels here, these high 0.2 cent range, 0.28, 0.29. But I believe Immutable X, MTO, that will come on time. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried. Now, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through with you guys today. Please do check out the OMI Homie merch in the description below. As always, any donations towards that go towards supporting future events and giveaways. And as always, please do like, subscribe, support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.